She carried firewood, but God carried her, a Kenyan story of redemption. Not really long ago, in a humble part of Kenya, lived a young schoolgirl named Wachera. She was raised by a single mother, together with her younger siblings. Life was full of struggle. Even having one simple meal on the table required great effort and sacrifice. As the firstborn, Wakara carried her mother's hopes. Her mother poured herself into her, believing that one day Wakara would become the pillar of the family and change their story. During her second year of secondary school, peer pressure slowly found its way into her life. Wanting to fit in with others her age and tired of the weight of poverty, Wakara ignored her mother's repeated warnings. In her youthful innocence, she entered a relationship with a man named Sam, a man who was already married. Many times she pretended to attend church youth meetings, but instead, she walked into a situation that would change her life forever. After a few secret meetings, Wakara made a discovery that shook her to the core. She was pregnant. Fear overwhelmed her. She imagined her mother's reaction, the shame, the disappointment. At her lowest moment, she even thought of ending her own life. When she informed Sam, his response broke her completely. He warned her never to contact him again. At that moment, Washera was truly alone. Crying became her daily language. Hopelessness became her closest companion. She waited quietly, not knowing what tomorrow would bring. Soon her mother discovered the pregnancy. At only 15 years old, pregnant and frightened, Wakira was chased away from home. To her mother, she had become a disgrace and a burden. A good Samaritan showed her mercy and gave her a little money. With nowhere else to turn, Wakira traveled from Naivasha to Nanyuki, seeking refuge at her aunt's house. Her aunt was not financially stable. She lived a hustling life, but her heart was rich in compassion. Without judgment, she welcomed Wakira and said, "Stay, my child. Here, you are safe." With time, Wakira found emotional stability. She gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. Her aunt supported her, nurtured her, and helped her regain strength. As she healed, Wakira began helping with household chores. All this time, her mother never reached out. To her, Wakira remained a painful chapter she chose to forget. To survive, Wakira fetched water from the streams and collected firewood from the forest. She would tie her baby tightly on her back with a cloth, balance firewood on her head, and sometimes carry a 20-liter jerrycan of water. It was during one of those forest trips that destiny met her. A young British man named Steve, visiting Kenya on holiday, saw her. He had never seen such a sight before. A young woman carrying heavy burdens, yet walking with dignity and quiet strength. He stopped his car. When Wachera smiled, something shifted in his heart. Steve approached her and offered her a ride. She led him to her aunt's home. From that day, Steve became a regular visitor. He met the aunt and was warmly welcomed. He learned Wakaru's painful story. Instead of walking away, he chose to stand with her. Steve brought food, clothes, and support. He helped improve their living conditions and even constructed a better house for the aunt. In time, love grew, pure, respectful, and intentional. Steve made a decision that changed Wachera's life forever. He asked her to marry him. He promised to adopt her child as his own and take her with him to his home country. Before anything else, Steve asked to meet Wachera's parents. Though they had once chased her away, they now softened. They gave their consent and spoke blessings, choosing to overlook the past. Wakara and Steve were joined together in holy matrimony. They traveled to Britain, beginning a new life filled with love, dignity, and peace. They never forgot the families back home. They remembered the aunt. They remembered the journey. They remembered where God lifted them from. Biblical teaching and reflection. This story reminds us of powerful biblical truths. The Bible says in Psalm 34:18, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." When Wachera was rejected by people, God did not reject her. In Isaiah 61:3, we are told that God gives beauty for ashes, joy instead of mourning, and praise instead of despair. Her shame was turned into honor. Her rejection was turned into restoration. And as Romans 8:28 reminds us, in all things, God works for the good of those who love him. What people meant for disgrace, God used for redemption. If this story touched your heart, remember this. No matter how low life brings you, no matter who walks away from you, God is still writing your story. This message was brought to you by Springs of Hope with Eli B., where broken hearts are refreshed, faith is restored, and hope flows again. Subscribe, share, and stay connected for more life-changing stories. May the Lord keep you, strengthen you, and remind you that your story is not over.